everyone, I'm back again with another lovely fun fold card video using the goodies that came with Simply Cards and Papercraft magazine issue 248. So if you've seen my previous video, you know, because I mentioned in there that I'm challenging myself to 3 fun fold cards using the goodies from this magazine. They are gorgeous, they really are. So the digital papers I printed out myself, and I already used some on my previous cards, to which I will link below if you want to check that out if you haven't seen that. It was a gorgeous rocker card. And this lovely mistletoe one I'm using today. And there's more to come, more videos to come. Okay, so the stamp sets involve this gorgeous watercolor wonders, flowers and foliage. They are just stunning. Honestly, these are so beautiful. I'm just in love with this stamp set. I really enjoyed coloring these in. And we also got a huge sentiment stamp set from Colorado Craft Company. Now this has 4 different sentiments in there. On the last card I used, "Have a very Merry Christmas." Today we are going to use "Jingle Bells All the Way." So what today we are going to be making is a very easy fun fold card. When I say easy, it doesn't mean it's not effective. It is gorgeous. So we are going to make a reverse easel card today. I love easel cards, and when I set this challenge out to myself, I wanted to choose card shapes that I love making myself, but they are not too complicated. So this one I think is amazing. I have a few easel card tutorials on my channel already, but I have never made a reverse easel card for a tutorial, so this is what I'm going to be making today. How gorgeous is that? And there's a little jingle. It just goes with the sentiment very well. So the card measures 6 by 6 inches when fold flat, but obviously because of the dimension that I added with the bells, I would need to use a box to give this, or a gift bag, but you can use any embellishments that you have, and you can leave this flat, or you can have it as dimensional as you would just like. So let me show you how I made this gorgeous card. Okay, so for the card base I'm using an 11 3/4 by 6 inches. It's 11 3/4 because this is the full length of an A4 piece of cardstock. You can use a 12 by 6, or you can use an 11.5 by 6. It won't make any difference. All you will have to do is adjust the layers and mats that you are putting onto this top bit here, but I will walk you through that in a wee second. So I'm going to score my card base at 6 inches and at 9. I'll turn it the other way and score at 9 again. Okay, so that's it all for the scoring. I'm going to fold and burnish these score lines, one of them in, and this flap is gonna be going out, so I'll burnish it the other way. Now, your regular easel card would fold this way, and this is where you would be putting your front piece. However, I want to do a reverse easel card. I'm going to fold it the other way, and this is where I will be attaching my front piece to. But before I do that, we want to decorate these 3 pieces. So I chose a lovely red cardstock for my mat, and this one measures 5 3/4 by 5 3/4, and the pattern paper with this lovely mistletoe 5.5 by 5.5. For the next section I have one that measures 2 3/4 by 5 3/4, 2.5 by 5.5. And for the last bit I have 2.5 by 5 3/4 and 2.25 by 5.5. Okay, so if you have a 12 by 12 piece of cardstock, the mat and layer for this last section would need to be the same size as this middle one. If you have a shorter one, then you need to adjust it, cut down 1/4 of an inch or 1/2 of an inch, depending on how long your cardstock is. So now I'm going to glue these all down. Okay, so that's all my mats and layers are added. Now I have to add my piece that will be on the front, that will hold up the whole easel for me, and I'm using squares. Now you could use one in this direction if you want. I'm going to be using them in this direction, just like so. in like diamond. So what you would want to watch, especially if you're putting this in an envelope, when it's folded down like so, it's not coming up too high, unless of course you want to use a bigger envelope, then you can, there's nothing wrong with it. But I will be putting this in a box anyway, but I'm going to pull it down. I don't really want it to go up too high because I will be adding decorations in there anyway. So this is how I will be gluing on now. To cut these out, I used the Creative Craft products nested squash dies. Now of course you can cut these out with your trimmer and what you like. These are really not hard to cut, just squares. I'll give you the measurements. So the larger one, this white one, measures 4 inches squared, and the smaller one is 3 5/8 squared. Now the reason I use this, because I say to myself, what's the point having them if I'm not using them? So I used 2 of those sizes to cut these out, and I will be gluing this on top in there. For my sentiment, I used the Jingle Bells all the way, and I've stamped it in red, and I added a little bit of a clear sparkle embossing powder by Wow. I don't know if you can pick up on that lovely sparkle. It didn't stick to it too well, but there's a lovely sparkle of those letters anyway, so I just left it as it is. Oh, I doubled this up. I cut 2 of these out, and you can see the inverted scallops. Again, I used from Creative Craft products from Craft Stash, and this is the inverted scallop super size nestables, and the size of this one that I used is 3 1/8. So I stamped the Jingle Bells all the way from Colorado Craft Company, which came with the magazine, towards the bottom of this diamond square. And I'm going to add a little bit of a dimension to this. I've cut out a piece of grey board, just a bit smaller than this square here, so it will be hiding behind it. And this is how I will be gluing it on top of this here. So I'll do this and I come back. So just make sure whenever you're gluing this first layer down, okay, you're only adding glue to the part which would be touching this front flap at the back, okay? So no glue can go on the bottom there, or if there's a little bit of an overhang like mine. So now you can see how is it all lovely coming together now, okay? So what I want to do is I want to decorate this space here, and I already have watercolored all these images. I shared this in the previous video. To color all these, I used a watercolor brush that came with the magazine, and I used Distress Oxide inks and my Prism Hunky Dory inks in all different shades. So now I'm just going to try to arrange them in a way that I like these. So just to further embellish this a little bit, I was really going, or inspired rather, by the sentiment Jingle Bells. So I took 2 of my little bells, which I have in a packet from the works from last year. I have all different colors somewhere in my drawers. I'm gonna have to pull them out, but I find the red and white ones which went perfectly with this, so I was happy enough. And I used just some red metallic string just to tie them together, and I will be using a little bow that I made from this ribbon here. This is such a lovely thick velvety ribbon. I got this in the range last year, and this is 12.5 meters on it, and I think I only paid like £1 or 2 for this. It was literally no money at all. I think I grabbed the white one as well. I have to go through my drawers to find my Christmas stuff. Anyway, so I will be adding this just with a dot of hot glue and glue it in there. Yes, how cute is that? Now what I must do is to add a little stopper in there, and to do that I've cut out two little squares. This one is again from the inverted scallop die set, and this one measures 1¼ inch, and this one is from the plain square nesting die set, which measures 1⅛ inch. So I'm just going to layer these on top of each other, and also I want to give this a little bit of a dimension. You can of course use foam pads, which I very often do, but this time I cut out just a couple of these little squares of grey board, and I'm going to layer these up just for a little bit of an added dimension in there. Just gonna have to give this a little minute to dry, because I used my Collal glue. It's quite a slow drying one, but I know it will be nice and strong once fully dries, so I will come back then. Okay, so this is it, the card ready. I'm going to try to show it to you from this angle that you would see it from the front, but I will add photos to the end of this video, so make sure to check them out from the front view. I absolutely adore this. It turned out so cute. I really did. I love easel cards, and this one is no different. Do you like easel cards? Leave me a comment below, and I really hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. If you did, please give me the thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. Hit that notification bell so you will get notified anytime I upload a lovely new video again. I can't wait to see you the next time. Until then, bye!